Hello, welcome to Porter on the Mic. This week's episode, we are talking about the Vanessa Bryant lawsuit settlement. So, before we get started, I'd like to introduce my guests. Would you mind telling your full name, your major, and your year in school?
What's up, guys? My name is Manny Barrera. I'm a journalism major. I'm a third year here at CSULB.
And I am Sunny Tapia. I am also a journalism major. I am a fourth year in my final semester, so this should be fun.
Okay, guys, so what are your guys' thought on Vanessa Bryant's lawsuit?
So, obviously, was it 2020, 3 years ago? It was a tragedy. Speaking from a fan perspective, you don't want to see pictures of your beloved ones passing away the way it was. And I wasn't too much into details of the lawsuit until I looked into it. It's even $100 is a lot for me, but getting the initial 13.8 million and then just recently 50 million, that's a lot of money. And I think they asked for 75 million at the beginning.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like 75 million is a lot of money, but no amount of money would ever replace your family members or your loved ones. I mean, it's really hard, especially coming from a journalism background, to understand where she was kind of coming from when it came to suing LA County and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult. So it was a hard choice.
So, what kind of impact do you guys think this case is going to have on the future?
It's going to be big on the future of how cases in journalism are kind of treated because, I mean, the way I was looking at it is those photos and everything were taken in a public space. And when you're in public space, you sacrifice your right to privacy. My biggest thing with that is like you can be as upset as you want. And then, but at the same time, it's like a morality thing. Like when you see photos of something that tragic and like people showing it to everyone they know, that's it's upsetting, but it's really hard because it rides a really fine line when it comes to journalistic ethics and just morality in general. So I mean, it's just odd.
I mean, going off of that, yeah, it was at a public space. It's just you gotta look at it. If they weren't leaked or released early, they were eventually gonna be surfing the web or somewhere. So those photos, regardless if they were leaked, they were gonna end up being seen by the public. And I
Would
think
they though? Would they have been released though? Like I don't think they would have been released in that way. Like the ones that were actually leaked. I don't think those would have been released because I think a lot of news publications, even though they've published a lot of crazy things over time, I don't think they would have been released. I think they would have focused more on like the generic like crash site photos of like the police caution tape and all those things, and not so much the actual crash. I don't think they would have shown that. Because I mean that's the thing. It goes back to that whole moral thing and like the ethics. And in journalism, we have our own ethics, so it's a little bit different. But that's just my opinion.
it's gonna change the ethics like it does every year with AP style. So I think it's gonna be more stricter now because
It'll be more defined on like what's unethical versus what's ethical.
On that note, Ms. Bryant said that she was going to donate the money that she received to her charity foundation that was founded after the death of her husband and daughter. What do you guys think about that?
This is harsh. We were
hey, you
talking
know
about
what?
this earlier. Honestly, it's a tax write off.
It really is.
It's how rich people stay rich. That's my take honestly on it. It's just rich people stay rich for a reason, and that's a $15 million tax write off.
I mean, he set it off. We're literally talking about it. It's just a tax write off, and if it was maybe another charity that wasn't hers, then maybe it would have been another.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It was like kind of selfish.
It's her charity. Why not another charity that doesn't have her name on it? Or
And I get it. It was because the original settlement was actually made on Mamba Day on August 24th. So it's like, oh, it would be really cool if it went to like this. And plus, the crash had to do with obviously Kobe. And so, I mean, it made sense in that way. But at the same time, I don't really think she was thinking about the fact that people are going to maybe look at this in a negative light and be like, that's just a tax write off for you. That's a $15 million tax write off for an already multimillionaire.
and she inherited all of Kobe's
Most of it.
most of it.
Yeah, most of it. Because he did have some things donated, but
Yeah.
most of it went to her and like her kids and stuff. So it's like she's gonna have money forever. She'll never have money, and neither will their kids. Their kids will always have money.
I think that's all that we have. Thank you.